Oh, hi everybody. Happy Sunday.
Good evening.
We're going to go and share this around. If you want to share this with your family members, just hit the share button. So that way you can share it to your friends and family as well. We're going to be doing a little coronavirus update.
Okay.
If I can get this to load.
Yeah, we got lots of sharing to do here. Share now. One more share.
Oh man, guys. It's been a week, has it not?
I would say that's an understatement.
It has been a week. I have my humongous water bottle because if you don't know, we're doing 75 hard right now. And we're still doing it, even though we're in coronavirus. Still happening.
We absolutely are. We still got our workouts in.
Yeah, we still got our workouts in today. Still drinking my water, but I got the rest of this bottle and another one to go. So let's do
One
this.
of the things we'd really like to do today, if you've got questions about what's going on, I've got friends over in China that I've been in touch with on multiple fronts. I get a chance to talk to some really, really, really smart, some scientists and microbiologists and really smart doctors about what they're doing. And first thing I ask them is, what are you going to do?
Right.
Not what are you saying, but what are you going to do for your family?
Right.
So let's just dive in here because I mean we're in a historic time here. I mean, I'm 60 years old and been through the swine flu and all the SARS and MERS and all the other ones, and I don't remember anything even remotely close to this. Where people seem to be scared and they don't know what they're scared of.
Right.
But they really seem to be scared of running out of toilet paper.
Yes. Everyone is terrified of running out of toilet paper.
We got that one down. I don't get that.
I don't get it either.
I will say this right out of the chute here. The president has now come on and said, please stop hoarding things. There are people that have 2 years worth of toilet paper in a back bedroom,
which is insane.
The child Tylenol is basically gone off all the shares in the stores. I know as a new mom, you just go,
why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that?
I think my biggest complaint about this is, there's people running out of toilet paper, so people are now buying up the baby wipes. And then not only that, but there are people that are hoarding formula and just buying it off the shelves. And that's so terrifying for moms who are just trying to feed their children. And especially if you have under a 1-year-old, your kid can't eat regular food and you don't have any other options. And so that's really terrifying. So if you're doing that, please don't do that. You should have enough at your house for 1 to 2 weeks. And then, we can reevaluate the situation. But please stop hoarding 6 months to a year's worth of groceries and not necessary.
Yeah. So, and we'll move right on out off of this, but if you've got 6 months of something and you end up needing that, you are going to have way worse problems than the fact that 6 months worth of green beans or water or toilet paper would have solved. If it's that bad, that ain't going to matter.
So let's talk about what you can do. I saw a post earlier that I really, really liked. So if let's say you already have gone out and hoarded all this toilet paper and paper towels and all this stuff, why don't you find an elderly person that's around you and go give them some and share the wealth a little bit? Because there are people who can't get out and are scared to get out because they're over the age of 65 and they're the ones that are
the most at risk.
Yes.
So let's go down through this first. I get so many people. There's so much confusion. So number one, this is a virus. Antibiotics are not going and get an antibiotic for this. Not only is it not going to work, but it would be actually bad for you because it would further suppress your immune system. Okay. So don't go ask for an antibiotic, but who's at risk? Okay. The numbers we have so far, children, like teens down to 0, almost no risk. I mean, there's almost no fatalities, and most kids become contagious, but they're asymptomatic, which means they don't even get a fever. They're maybe a little sniffly nose, maybe a little cough for a couple of days, but they're not even sick.
Yeah.
It's the other end on this one. It's the 60 up where morbidity, and here's why for the 60 up. They have more health conditions. They just have what I call ANDAs. They've got diabetes, and you have high blood pressure, and you're obese, and you've got an autoimmune disorder. So that when you do get infected, your immune system's already compromised. You're in that category, or you have a loved one that's in that category. That's who you want to self-quarantine. That's who you want to not get out in public gatherings and just, infect yourself just because you can.
Right.
Those would be the people, like if you've got a dear friend that's just recently went through chemotherapy, that's somebody to go share your toilet paper with.
Yes.
And if you think maybe you've been exposed, you can leave it on their front porch or their doorstep. Call them and tell them you're going to leave, or ask them what they need.
Yes.
I'll tell you another. I've got a good friend, Joan. Maybe you're on here, but people that are caregivers that have a severely autistic, an adult mentally retarded, an elderly parent that has Alzheimer's or dementia that they care for in their home. Those are people that may not be able to get out to get things now. And if you know somebody in that you could just call them and say, hey, do you need anything?
Yeah.
Now's a great time. Americans are good at that, man. Now's a great time to love on and care about other people, not panic and go buy all the Rice Krispie treats at Walmart because there's nothing else left on the shelves because everybody else
stockpiled
has already panicked.
Yes. So we just wanted to get on here and just, share our hearts here. We are concerned obviously for our families, but we're concerned for those people who, like he said, have prior conditions. And so if you're in, like he said, if you're in that realm, just be smart. Don't go out and put yourself in a large crowd and get yourself exposed. This is a great time to spend some time with your families at home and spend some quality time with your loved ones. So,
and it's not time, being frightened. I understand concern, or being panicked right now is not going to make any difference to you. It makes it worse. It actually stresses your immune system. Stress stresses your immune system. Makes you more. Just take a deep breath. Okay. Maybe quit watching the news 24/7. It's okay to check in. I mean, I'm checking in. I want to know.
Right.
But I'm not. I'll just be honest with you. I'm way more afraid of the people right now than I am the coronavirus.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of people just losing their mind over something that hasn't even happened yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, we're all more scared of the unknown because we don't know what is going to happen. So I think that's something that we're, all a little on edge about. And, that goes for all of us. We're all a little bit on edge. But that's something we wanted to get out there was don't panic and put yourself in some severe state of stress. It's just not worth it. Not to your body, not to your health. It's just not worth it. It's one of those things where we're seeing a lot of people that are asymptomatic, especially if you're in the 0 to 40s range. There's a lot that aren't getting any symptoms and aren't really getting that sick. So just be mindful of that. And like he said, those around you and make sure that you're sharing the love and sharing the wealth and just taking care of other people as well.
And just so you know, most people that contract the coronavirus are going to get it. Mm-hmm. Their body's going to build antibodies. Most people aren't even going to know they contracted it.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a little sniffy. For the overwhelming majority of people that contract it, they don't even get sick.
Yeah.
A small percentage get sick and a smaller percentage get really sick. But the people that are getting really sick have existing conditions. Autoimmune or immune conditions. Okay. So just who do you know that's in that state that you could check up on and take care of? And, the minute you get a sniffly, you think, well, I've been exposed to corona, I got to run to the emergency room. Please don't do that. They're already going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Now, if you're having trouble breathing,
that's a different story. Yeah.
That's when you go.
Yes.
When you're in respiratory distress, that's
that's a good time to go.
That's a good time
Yes.
to go, because you got 101. Take some Tylenol, unless the store you went to, everybody's already hoarded it.
Yeah.
Hoarded it up.
Yeah.
Hopefully
that's not the case.
Yeah, and maybe here's the bright side of this. Maybe for the first time in a long time, Americans will go, maybe I ought to have 3 or 4 cases of water stored up. Maybe I ought to have, and so they don't freak out, a little emergency stash.
Okay.
Maybe I ought to have a bottle of Tylenol put back. Maybe I ought to have some cans of stuff put back, so that I don't feel like I've got to freak out when something like this happens. That's what's scary, is people that
are freaking out.
Oh, and it's funny. I mean, I went to 3 or 4 Walmarts this afternoon just to see what people were buying.
Yeah. Just to check in.
Yeah, just to see.
Yeah.
Obviously the toilet paper aisle
gone.
Clean.
Yeah.
The store doesn't have to worry about cleaning that aisle.
Yeah.
But then what's happening is, when they can't get that, then we go to, okay, we'll buy up all the napkins and paper towels. We can't get that, we'll buy all the baby wipes.
Yeah.
We can't get that. What's the next thing?
What's the next thing?
We can clean off.
We wanted to open up questions too. If anyone does have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and we're happy to answer. There is no dumb question. Believe me, if you have the question, we have the question, and we probably asked it too.
So I will wait off to people. I'm getting asked like crazy, what am I doing and what have I told my family to do?
Yeah.
We have upped our vitamin D intake rather dramatically. If we become symptomatic, we will quadruple the up of that.
Yep.
So we all take, at least 5,000 IUs of vitamin D a day, and right now we're taking more than that.
Yep.
If you want to, oh crap, I mean, I'm taking 10, 15, sometimes 20,000 units a day right now. And I will take a lot more than that if I become symptomatic.
Yep.
I'm taking 1,000 IUs of C 4 times a day.
Yep.
And I'm taking zinc.
Yep.
And so those are just things that boost my immune system. My immune system's already on high alert. I can't tell you the last time I had the flu or even a cold or anything. My family doesn't generally get sick because most of them listen to me reasonably well. Prophet's never welcome in his own hometown.
Yeah.
But there's some really famous biohackers out there that, when I started telling people the minute this came out to up their Ds, and it wasn't long till Dr. Gundry and everybody I've seen has said number one thing they're doing is up their D.
Yeah.
I said, take C, get some zinc, and every one of those has come behind, and I feel really solid about my knowledge base because I've been saying that since early January.
Deborah is asking, how much zinc are you taking?
So, most of the, I wish I had my little bottle. So it's most of them, if you go to the store, there's pretty much just one choice if you're just going to the vitamin shop or GNC, which is where you're going to get it now. Mm-hmm. And the other thing I would do is when you get it, whatever bottle you get, this is an instance where Dr. Google's pretty good, because there's a bunch of different amounts. Just go ask Siri, how much, if I'm a female and I weigh 140 pounds, how much zinc should I take a day? Yeah. And because that's going to be a standard. And so you're not going to take too much. Now, one of the things about stuff like zinc and magnesium and C, a lot of those things like that, if you take too much of it, your body will tell you. Yeah. You will end up in the bathroom. Yeah. And your body will say, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But this is a good case to ask Alexa. I say, I'm a female, age 40. How much zinc should I have? Right. And they will give you a nice, safe. Yep. Number.
I actually got little chewable zinc tablets just at the drugstore. And those have been great because they're easy to take. And I did that. I basically just Googled how much I should be taking. And so I'm taking those every day just to help boost my immune system. Also, drink some water.
Yeah. Lots of water.
Everyone's been hoarding the water, so why don't you drink it? If you're going to have it in your house, you might as well drink it.
Yeah. So one of the key things if you really want to do something right now to boost your immune system, go on a fast. Great time to start intermittent fasting or go on a 1 or 2 day fast. It's not going to make your immune system weaker. It will make it stronger. And here's why. When you fast, your body can take out the trash. So you're not putting anything in. So your body goes, oh crap, Marissa's not going to feed me. What am I going to eat? And so autophagy kicks in, which means eat thyself.
Right.
And your body will break down dysfunctional, underperforming cells. It will find badly folded proteins, and we could do a whole show on that. It will even attack viruses and other pathogens and parasites to break them down to feed you.
Yep.
And so picture it this way. You're going to go build a 30-story building. And so you get all the materials up and the contractor comes in, they pour the slab, and everybody's excited because the building's going up, right? You build the foundation, you build the first floor, you build the second floor. Now you're on the third floor, except there's one small problem. Nobody's hauled off any of the trash. How many more floors up are you going to get if nobody hauls off the trash? It's going to come to a grinding halt. And that's what happens to Americans when we eat all the time. We stay in what's called mTOR, which is the build phase, and we never go into the take out the trash phase. And that's why a little fast right now might really, really, really help you.
Right.
Supercharge. I mean, I just came off a 3-day fast this week. I'm probably going to do it again next week. So
when fasting, how do you still take vitamins without getting sick to your stomach?
Oh, okay. That's a good one. So my hack for that is I do bulletproof coffee in the morning. So I do coffee with grass-fed, grass-finished butter, which is just all really, really good fats. It does not have a glycemic response. It doesn't trigger an insulin response. And then I take my vitamins for the day after I have my bulletproof coffee. Here's another way. You can spread them out, which I'm, not a huge fan, and I find it's better if I do it in the middle of the day. But the coffee with butter gets me through that. And if you had to have a little bit of something to eat, it's doesn't take your body long to deal with those calories, and if you just put in 100 or 200 calories, it's better than nothing if you need to do that. The other thing, going for a day or two without the vitamins, if that really bothers you, is not a deal breaker. Your body will adjust, and then it will really appreciate it when you put them back in when you break your fast.
Right. Yep, that's a good point. Definitely a good point. I can't take vitamins on an empty stomach either, so I totally understand that question.
Yeah, I can. It doesn't bother me. I
can't do my vitamins.
I can take 20, 30 pills at a time on an empty stomach. And now zinc is one thing you do not want to take.
No.
If you're fasting, you might skip the zinc.
Yeah, no, don't take that on an empty stomach. I've done that before.
Unless you're going to do something, that'll mess
your stomach up.
That's the one.
Yeah, don't do it.
That you don't want.
Yeah,
no.
don't do that.
Don't do that one. That one's for food.
Yeah, I'm doing intermittent fasting right now. I can't go on a full-fledged fast because I'm breastfeeding, and so I'm not doing full fasting, but I am doing intermittent fasting right now, and so I take all my vitamins when in my eating window so that I'm able to take all of them.
Curious, those of you on, what are you doing to not get COVID? We'd also like to know,
I'd love to know what you're doing.
What are you doing to?
Is there something that you?
Is there a home remedy that you got
that you're doing,
that we don't know about? We'll give a prize if you give one I don't know about.
Yeah, we'll give a.
By the way, speaking of prizes, we want to say thanks.
Yes.
We just started our Marissa and Mike page, and we're already over 500. Our YouTube channel, we're getting a lot of now. We, in the midst of all this, we're there all the time. If you want to message me, I'll answer questions about this. But share our page with our friends. We built it for one reason only, and that's to try to give people sane, sound information. One of the things I do for you guys, and I'll talk more and more about this, but I mean, I've just fallen in love with biohacking and what can we do to make our body better and work better, and what are the newest things out there. And, there's a lot of people out there, Dr. Gundry, Dr. Amen, Dr. Axe, Dr. Mercola, Dave Asprey. I mean, I could go on and on. Here's the problem. You probably don't have time to follow all those people. I mean, if you just listen to all their podcasts, that's 6-7 hours a week. And then if you're going to study what they talk about, it's another 20 or 30 hours a week to go through. And I'm doing that. And I will bring back that information. So what I do is I look for things commonality that they all are talking about, because they're all talking about vitamin D. They're all talking about your gut biome. They're all talking about mobilizing your immune system. They're all talking about mitochondrial health. They're all talking about cognitive function. So I pull those things out, and I'll bring you what I think is their top 10, and because you guys don't have time to do that. And that's one of my goals here, is to bring you the best of the best, plus the stuff that I find, and hopefully, we can help you do stronger, better, faster.
Yeah. And we also just want to, be here as a lifestyle channel as well, just somewhere where you can feel confident that you're getting good information and that you're getting it from people who care. And that's the number one thing that we always want to do, is we want to be transparent that we started doing this because we care, because we knew that we had information that people needed, and we knew that we could do it from a vessel that was the everyday person. We're not special. We're everyday people, and that was the biggest thing, is that we just wanted to do something where we're helping you guys. So if you have questions, always ask. Feel free to message us. Feel free to do anything. I have really bad allergies right now. I know my voice sounds weird.
Well, now tell them what you did to mess up your voice. So this is my new woodworking expert here. She's quite the little woodworker. Her husband's got an ice shop, so she got the idea she was going to make.
I made door hangers
for Easter.
Yeah.
Okay, so she goes out with the bandsaw, with the stuff, cutting this new wood, and she didn't wear a mask, and so she breathed the wood resin down into her throat, and her body went, "Get thee behind me, Satan!" I don't like that.
So for the past 4 days, I've been really congested, and it's just really tore me up. So I learned my lesson. If you're gonna do some woodworking and you're working with a jigsaw and some plywood and things like that, wear a mask. It's all good.
It's okay to wear.
It's okay to wear a mask. So I figured out that I am highly allergic to sawdust, and it has really tore my body up. And it's a really bad time for me to have done that, because now I feel like everyone's like, "Do you have coronavirus? Are you sick?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not sick. This has just been a really bad time for me to have a severe allergic reaction to some sawdust." So anyways, we just wanted to get on here and tell you guys what we were doing. We're actually, I'm planning on sharing some things. We're going to be doing some recipes over the next few weeks while we're just we're not really quarantining, but we're definitely limiting our exposure right now. And so that's one of the things that we're going to do, is make a lot of recipes at home and stuff. So if you guys are interested in knowing what we're doing, be sure and follow this page, and like our YouTube channel, subscribe, so that way you're able to see whenever we post. We have some new videos coming out this week, so be sure and go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the bell so that you are notified whenever we post.
Yep. So you're with us here at Marissa and Mike on Facebook. We're also on YouTube.
Yep.
And so we would appreciate it. Watch, share, let people know that we're there. And we love you guys. Just take a deep breath.
It's going to be okay. This too shall pass.
Yeah, but we may have a couple of weeks here where you get a staycation.
Yes. And so if that does happen, enjoy the staycation. Take some time to rest. Take some time to refuel. Really, take this time to, do a self check-in and just take advantage.
Read a book.
Yes, read a book.
Meditate.
Don't spend your whole time watching Netflix. I know there's going to be a lot of people. I'm going to be watching some Netflix too, but let's do some things that are a little more productive. Even
like we're going to be together in the same home here, so I'm going to start learning yoga. Marissa's we're going to do our YouTube.
Yep.
YouTube yoga. You might want to watch videos of that if you want to be entertained with me trying to watch
I'm also learning sign language right now to teach my baby. So
I'm excited for that too.
Yeah, so I'm learning baby sign language. So if you have any tips for that, please message me your tips. I got a book, and I know like basic signs, but I'm learning all about it. So if you have some tips on how to teach my baby sign language, I'm all ears, because I'm into it. I'm into it. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Like we said, be sure and like this page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified when we post. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and happy quarantine.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you.
May you be blessed.
We are praying for all of you guys. If you have loved ones that are suffering from the coronavirus, we are so sorry, and we are praying for you and your families. We're praying for everyone that's affected right now. I know this is a very scary time, and we don't take that lightly. So we are definitely keeping you in our prayers. And if you have the coronavirus, be sure and like we said, if you're having trouble breathing and things, go to the ER. Other than that, be sure you're taking your Tylenol, getting your fever down, drinking water, getting the vitamin D. If you have the coronavirus, you need to be taking a lot of vitamin D, a lot. So those are just some tips that we had. But like we said, if you have any further questions, feel free to message us. So Thank you guys for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We'll see you guys later.